How do you really create love, joy, peace, patience? I've tried to give you tonight a catalog. I want you, when we go to the Lord's Supper, to look at your heart and to say, are these things growing in my life? If they are growing in your life, celebrate. If they're not growing in your life, then realize that here I am sitting down and I am willing to live at this low level when I have absolutely no excuse to do so. Now, how are you going to develop those things? Here it is. Those who belong to Christ Jesus have crucified, and we talked about this last week, the sinful nature with its over-desires. Since we live by the Spirit, let us keep in step with the Spirit. For the sinful nature desires what is contrary to the Spirit, and the Spirit desires what is contrary to the sinful nature. Now, I'll just summarize that. There's always two things if you want to grow in grace. You'll see this in Romans 8. You'll see this in Colossians 3. You'll see it in Hebrews 12. You'll see it right here. Every place there's always two. Crucify what? The sinful nature. Does that mean just stop? No. We said last week that your main problems in life are the things that you want too much. It says crucify the sinful nature with its over-desires. Find those things which are too important to you, more important to you than Jesus Christ, that are running your life and creating the works of the flesh. And on the other hand, it says, keep in step with the Spirit. Well, what does keep in step with the Spirit mean? It says, the Spirit, we said last week, yearns. See? Look up here at don't forget this, verse 17. The sinful nature desires, and that's a word for over-desire, lusts. What is contrary to the Spirit, but the Spirit lusts too, it says. What does the Spirit lust for? The Spirit's in love with Jesus. The Spirit's got Jesus pinned up all over his room. The Spirit looks at Jesus. I know I'm getting close, but this is the kind of language of the Bible. We are the bride. He is the bridegroom. And the Spirit is the best man. The Spirit is also the maid of honor. The Spirit is the person who's brought us together. And the Spirit's always saying, look how beautiful he is. The Spirit is always looking and seeing the beauty of Jesus Christ and saying, the whole reason you don't have self-control, the whole reason you don't have love, the whole reason you're worried, you don't see how beautiful Christ is. You just don't see it. And therefore, when it comes right down to it, this is the reason, by the way, why it does not say in Galatians 5, the fruit of the Spirit are this, and the weeds of the flesh are this. It doesn't say fruit and weeds. It says what? Fruit and works. Why would Paul deliberately mix his metaphors? Because the works of the flesh are something that you do, but the fruit of the Spirit is only something that you can open yourself to. Just like a gardener. A gardener doesn't make the things grow. The gardener just creates the conditions through which the power of the seed is released. You cannot make yourself loving and joyful and peaceful. You can't just say, I'm going to. No. You have to crucify. It means you have to look at the things that you lust after too much, and you have to learn to lust for Jesus. You can go home and say, what did the pastor say tonight was the secret to Christian growth? Lust for Jesus. But, am I just being risque? Am I just being devil-may-care? Am I being kind of avant-garde? I'm being Galatians 5:17. It says the Spirit and the flesh are both lusting. Listen to the Spirit. Pant after that which the Spirit pants after. The whole point, what do you think the point of the Lord's Supper is? To make Jesus real. You get something in your hand. You get something to feel. You get something to drink. It's a way of saying, oh Lord, be real to me. It's my whole problem. It's my whole problem. I don't need new circumstances. We talked about this morning. I don't need new circumstances. I don't need new information. I need the truth about Jesus Christ to be so real to me that my desires for these good things become manageable. And as a result, all the fruit begins to grow.